Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberations in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Honorable members, in line with our standing orders, we don't have quorum. I therefore want to direct that the sergeants ring the bell for the first 5 minutes, quorum bell for the first 5 minutes. And I can see the deputy whip in the house. Honorable Jennifer, you can whip the members in, those that may be somewhere within the presence. Yes, the Deputy Whip. Do we have enough quorum to transact?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have quorum.
Clerk, kindly take us through the order of the day.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and honorable members. Order paper number 352 of Wednesday, 24th September 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
I want to urge the female honorable members to remain behind after the plenary for a brief consultation. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Honorable members, it's statement hour. Next order.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion. Adoption of the report of lands, housing, physical planning, and urban development committee on the induction of the committee and the municipal board by Honorable Ratib Boyton.
Honorable Boyton. Where is Honorable Boyton? Oh, Honorable Boyton, why did you shift positions? Proceed, Honorable Boyton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I realized that the place where I always sit is a little bit dark today, so I wanted some light as I read this motion. That is why I changed.
Proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I arise to move a motion on the report of the Committee of Lands, Physical Planning, Housing, and Urban Development on the induction of the committee and the municipal board members 2025. Madam Speaker, I want to use the moving notes as usual, but the report was posted on our assembly wall, which I believe all members have gone through them. And allow me, Madam Speaker, at this juncture, to use the said moving notes. Madam Speaker and honorable members, pursuant to Article 185(3) of Constitution 2010, Section 8 and 9 of the County Government Act 2012, read together with Standing Orders number 193 of Kisumu County Assembly Standing Orders, the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning, Housing, and Urban Development has undertaken a comprehensive review of the resolution emanating from the capacity building workshop for Kisumu County Municipal Board held in Nakuru from 26th to 29th August 2025. The workshop attended by the County Executive, the chairpersons of the newly established municipal boards, and this committee produced a critical 10-point implementation matrix signed by all parties, outlining a time-bound roadmap for the operationalization of the municipalities of Maseno Holo, Kombewa Bodi, Ahero Awase, Katito Papunditi, and lastly, Muroni Chemelil. The subject matter for consideration by the committee during the induction were as follows. Point number 1, to examine the legal and regulatory framework underpinning the operationalization of the new municipalities. 2, assess the feasibility and strategic cohesion of the 10 resolution and the associated implementation matrix. 3, determine the potential challenges and risks to the successful implementation of the resolutions. And lastly, evaluate the role of county assembly in providing effective oversight and legislative support to ensure the municipality become functional and effective centers of developed service delivery. Madam Speaker, substance of the inquiry. The induction and inquiry were necessitated by the emergency of 5 new municipalities. That is Maseno Holo, Kombewa Bodi, Ahero Awase, Katito Papunditi, and Muroni Chemelil, whose operationalization is critical to the success of devolution in Kisumu County. The committee engaged in a joint workshop with the county executive and the municipal boards in Nakuru, a deliberate choice of venue that removed local political pressure and enabled focused dialogue. Out of this workshop emerged 10 binding resolutions supported by an implementation matrix covering such areas as gazettement of transferred functions, filling of vacant board seats, preparation of budget and integrated development plans, formation of land use plans, delineation of municipal boundaries, establishment of citizen fora, registration of business, and lastly, development of legislative framework to anchor devolved functions. The inquiry therefore sought to not only review these resolutions, but to evaluate their legal soundness, administrative feasibility, and strategic importance in line with constitutional provision, the Urban Areas and Cities Act, the County Government Act, and the Public Finance Management Act. The committee findings. Madam Speaker and honorable members, during this exercise, the committee found the following. 1, gazettement of functions and staff is the foundation of municipal authority. Without it, municipal boards remain powerless. Number 2, filling of vacant board seats in Kombewa Bodi and Maseno Holo is urgent, as quorum deficiencies render them legally inert. This is the direct responsibility of the governor, with the assembly vetting required. Number 3, preparation of 2026-2027 budget by municipal board is indispensable but challenged by liquidity constraint and technical capacity gaps. 5 or 4. Preparation of land use plans for Katito and Kombewa is realistic within financial year 2026-2027, though constrained by limited GIS and planning capacity. 5. Delineation of boundaries is essential for legal clarity and revenue mobilization, but politically sensitive and prone to disputes. 7. Registration and mapping of businesses is key for revenue mobilization, but resource intensive and likely to face resistance from informal traders. Number 8, development of legal and policy frameworks by October 2025 is highly ambitious. New board lack drafting capacity and must rely on the county attorney. And lastly, preparation of legislation to operationalize functions is urgent but requires seamless executive assembly coordination to avoid a legal vacuum. Therefore, Madam Speaker, the committee further observed overreaching challenges of financing, sustainability, technical and human capacity gaps, intergovernmental coordination, and the need to embed authentic citizen participation as condition for success. Recommendations of the committee. Madam Speaker, the committee recommends the following. 1. That the House should adopt a dedicated tracking mechanism for all 10 resolutions updated monthly. The CEC for lands, physical planning, housing, and urban development must table quarterly progress report co-signed by chairs of the municipal boards. 2. That biannual oversight visits to the municipalities should be scheduled, combining board meetings, staff engagement, and public hearings. 3. That the Assembly should initiate a review of existing county legislation on planning, finance, trade, and environment to align them with the municipal framework. 4. That the 2026-2027 county budget must ring-fence allocation for municipality, IDEPs, land use plans, boundary delineation, and business mapping. And 5, that approval of municipal budget must be conditional on the inclusion of a costed plan for continuous capacity building for staff and the board members. Last but not least, that the CECM and the municipal boards must furnish this committee with a detailed considered work plan within 30 days of adoption of this report. And lastly, that biannual hearing should be scheduled where the CECM and the municipal board chairs appear before this house to testify on progress. Those are very key recommendations from the committee, Madam Speaker. And in conclusion, Madam Speaker, the operationalization of Kisumu 5 municipalities is a constitutional test of devolution's promise. That is to bring services, governance, and economic development closer to the people. The Nakuru resolution represents a political compact between the county executive, the assembly, and the municipal boards. On behalf of the Committee of Lands, Physical Planning, Housing, and Urban Development, I beg to move that this Honorable House adopts the report on the induction of the committee and the municipal boards that was carried in Nakuru, August 2025. And Honorable Speaker, at this juncture, may I now call upon my able deputy, Honorable Tom Nyaoke, to second this motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Nyaoke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue of municipalities that were established in Kisumu County were a well thought out thing that was done. And Madam Speaker, the operationalization of these municipalities have not really taken place so well. Madam Speaker, from this particular meeting that we held in Nakuru, Madam Speaker, we tried to look at every angle, every reason, every step that we should follow and make sure that municipalities are operationalized. Madam Speaker, there were a lot of things that we were trying to explore, like issues of gazettements. There are also issues to do with the budgetary allocations, those expenditures that are supposed to go with municipalities. Madam Speaker, we had a time to converse with all the municipality representatives from all over the county. And we heard their part, their limitations, the problems they were facing, the issues, and what they felt we should be able to do to assist the working of these municipalities. Madam Speaker, as has been read by my able chair, Honorable Atib Boyton, we came to several conclusions which have been given in this report. And Madam Speaker, this particular report is showing us the way and actually step by step on what we actually had the deliberations on how to move forward to make sure that all our municipalities are in operation. Madam Speaker, it is therefore my humble wish that as we go to finish, or if we come to the tail end of this report and the discussion, the debate, we should adopt, as has been requested by my chair, this report so that we give the foundations of these municipalities to take up what they are supposed to take and start working. Madam Speaker, it is from this report that we are also going to be able to monitor and even work hand in hand with the relevant department to make sure that we realize what we were intended or what the intentions were in establishing all these municipalities. Madam Speaker, with that few remarks, I beg to second.
Honorable members, motion on the adoption of the report of Lands, Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development Committee on the induction of the committee and the municipal boards has been moved, seconded. I therefore want to propose that this motion be open for debate. Yes, Honorable Komuda.
Many thanks, Honorable Madam Speaker, and as well to my fellow colleagues. I rise in the afternoon session, and I'm privileged to share some little bit on the very good report presented by the Committee on Lands and Urban Development. I specifically, as an individual, I'm interested in this. And coming from Moroni, Chemelil municipality, I am a great stakeholder to the process herein. Indeed, I am happy that finally things seem to be taking some direction. Honorable Madam Speaker, you remember a bit, some days back, I've been very frustrated over the non-functional municipalities. The municipalities came into be in 2023, and it is up to now that we now see things are headed towards the right direction, especially as per the contents of the report presented to the House hearing here. Last week, Honorable Madam Speaker, we were privileged to meet the Governor of our country, His Excellency, Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o, together with his team of the executive. And I remember the finance minister clearly stating that the budget for the municipalities is clearly separated as we speak, Honorable Madam Speaker. That is a milestone. That is a big milestone. And I want to tell you that indeed, if these things are going to function, some of us would be relieved. The municipality takes a lot of care. I want to believe that some of the actions provided for, as I've seen as per the guidelines in the meeting for the induction that took place in Nakuru, relates to the development of these urban centers, especially Moroni Chemelil, and I imagine the situation is going to be very different. The first lift on the functions of the municipality shall come on board, and things are going to be very different. And to that effect, I heavily support this report so that we move on and things can only be better. Once more, good work by the committee in urban, and a good work and good progress and some positive signs being shown. Many thanks, Honorable Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Oka.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, first, may I take this opportunity to thank the chair for coming out with the committee very clear on issues affecting our municipalities. Madam Speaker, the municipalities were created to bring services very close to the people. It is part of the devolved system of government. Madam Speaker, it is also very important that now we have the municipalities in place. It was gazetted, the gazettement was done for their creations, but Madam Speaker, there are some other functions which have to be gazetted. Madam Speaker, gazettement bestows legal authority and enforceability to a decision made probably by the municipalities and the board. But before that, we have to develop legislative framework that will actually guide the operationalization of these municipalities. But Madam Speaker, it means a policy has to be developed by these municipalities. But lack of personnel to do the policies may hinder our municipalities, and we might not actually achieve what we want. Madam Speaker, after gazettement, we should have seen the secondment of employees to these entities to develop policies that, when brought here as a regulations, now can be gazetted later. Madam Speaker, lack of all this, we must be having a problem. Who will do the budgeting? Who will even do the boundary and mapping and such kind of things without the employees? Madam Speaker, there was a time when we were in this house. We were told some employees were seconded to these entities and they refused to go. We must be having some problems within the system. Madam Speaker, truly, if we want to devolve the services, developments, and such kind of things, which are very much explained in the mandate which is expected from the municipalities, we must give them employees. Madam Speaker, we must also give the officers. Madam Speaker, we should also budget for them so that they know and they start planning for the municipalities. If we don't do this, we'll be having a problem. Madam Speaker, we had a problem in 2022, 2023, 2024. We had a budget in the House, we appropriated funds, and it was quite unfortunate that the municipalities could not plan their own budget. They could not budget for their own, they could not enforce their own budget. The budget was to be enforced within the department. And when we went through such kind of budgets, the municipality managers confirmed very clearly that they never saw those items which were done by the department. So there was a breakdown. And Madam Speaker, we understand the breakdown was brought because actually no employees, apart from the accountant and the city managers or the town managers, were seconded to these entities. So we need the personnel to make our municipalities work. I support.
Yes, Honorable Lumumba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, sitting here and listening to the report being read, and I go back to when the Act of Municipality was passed, and I wonder whether this house has become the house of lamentation or it has become the house of oversight. The speed at which this act was passed, and we were told that there were some donors that were ready to fund municipalities, and that municipality will operate almost autonomously to deliver services to those living within those municipalities. What has turned out now is that they have become suckers. They're now sucking from the county assembly. That is the opposite, directly opposite of what we expected or what was said. Madam Speaker, even if you look at the whole thing, there are no regulations. It is now 2 years. They're still lamenting that certain things are not put in place. When actually we expect a report in this house to show what they are doing, what they have done, to impress upon us, even avail some funds if need be. But here is a case where the other time we appropriated money for this municipality. Today, this year again, there's money for. What are they giving in return? Is it really proper to keep on funding municipalities, yet they don't even have a role? Their roles are not even explained. We thought it would be like a devolved kind of. Even if you go to Katito, where I come from, there is nothing that you can be shown that this is the function or this is the duty, this is the work that has been done by the municipality. We are talking about revenue collection, which ought also to have been devolved, given to the municipality to make it easier for us or for the county government to collect revenue. Nothing. In my view, we rushed into this thing. We are not ready for it. And if we are not ready, there is no need of bringing this report here that we do certain things. Let us discard of these municipalities until such a time they are ready, until such a time the money they said was to come from the donors.
Point of information, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. What majority?
Order, Honorable Nyao.
Yes.
Honorable Nyauke, you are seeking to inform Honorable Lumumba.
Yeah, I seek to
Honorable Lumumba, do you want to be informed? Honorable Nyauke, take your seat.
Madam Speaker, let me inform the House because it is very important that I inform the House if he does not need the information.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, actually, I was trying to shed the light on how this House was duped into passing a legislation with promises and goodies that were to come.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Nyauke, on which standing order are you arising?
Statement of facts, Madam Speaker.
Which is standing order number?
82.
Facts have been misstated.
Madam Speaker, majority leaders just alluded to the fact that this House was duped. Madam Speaker, the question of being duped in this House should not arise. Madam Speaker, this report that has been brought here has got, in fact, it's containing the concerns that the member who is speaking is talking about.
Order,
like the assessments of transfer of functions,
Nyauke.
Madam Speaker.
Order, Honorable Nyauke. Honorable Nyauke, you seconded the motion. From your statement, you are not trying to clarify or seeking any clarifications to be made on a misstatement, but you are trying to debate and further explain your secondment. Honorable Lumumba, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Sometimes it is always religious or Christian kind of to own up when you know you have done a wrong and confess. This is what I'm saying, that I am part of this House and I know from the beginning and I'm seeing what is happening now and I'm admitting that true to our participation into accepting or passing the legislation, which is now not living up to our expectation. Madam Speaker, it is my honest submission that I oppose the report. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Okoye.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Let me appreciate the team which is led by the chair of this committee, that is physical planning, for what they have brought to this house. Madam Speaker, indeed, sometimes truth is a bit bitter. But Madam Speaker, I want to say this with a lot of respect for the Deputy Majority Leader, that what the committee has brought to this house will definitely change what, or the narrative which maybe had before. Madam Speaker, I've also heard this, and it is now coming to reality that the municipalities were created for some donor fund which was supposed to come. But Madam Speaker, the municipalities came at the right time. Their time to be created was ripe, and the purpose of having municipalities is working for the areas which were given the autonomy or power to have the municipalities. Madam Speaker, areas and people who are enjoying the services of municipalities, if can hear us asking this house to disband the municipalities, I want to tell you, we will definitely have demonstrations in this assembly, because they would not allow us to disband the municipalities, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, however much wrong we have, or the county has done to the municipalities, but I want to say this, that Madam Speaker, we cannot throw the baby with the bathwater. We have the baby with us, and these are the municipalities, and we must see how we can find a way of giving baby life and see how the baby will grow. We have the powers. We have what it takes. Kisumu County, and specifically the County Assembly of Kisumu, can make the necessary laws which can guide the municipalities and let them grow. Madam Speaker, it is, and I want to concur with my colleague who said that by creating municipality, we are giving services closer to the people. In our county Kisumu, we have the city. And I want to tell you, the people or the wards which are within the city, the 14 wards which are within the city, are enjoying the services which they get from the city. And so the municipalities will also act. And if given the power to operate, then they will do what is required of them. So, Madam Speaker, I've said I wouldn't want to disagree with the Deputy Majority Leader, but because maybe he's not getting this right, he would ask the Assembly to disband the municipality, but that will not help us. We are waiting for the services of municipalities, and our people who are coming from those areas are in high spirit to see the municipalities operating. So, Madam Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Karen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, judging by the mood of the House, may I call the mover to reply?
Does the House agree that Honorable Karen has rightly judged the mood? Honorable Boyton, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to start with a word that is giving us a lot of headache while in pronouncing. That is operationalization. Operationalization. The key word here is that the committee wants the department to make sure that the municipalities are in operation. Madam Speaker, the operationalization of this municipality is going to be pegged on two things, if not three. One, bring services closer to the people. Very key. Number two, we all complain of revenues. If the municipalities will be put in place, this is going to be a remedy in enhancing revenue collection. And number three, just has been mentioned by Honorable Zach Okoyo. We realize, Madam Speaker, that Kisumu City has seen, enjoys a lot of development in terms of infrastructural development. And nothing is happening outside Kisumu City. So, with operationalization of municipalities, we will see infrastructural development going deeper into the wards that comprises the municipalities. Madam Speaker, sometimes I'm perplexed when a senior member of this House, a ranking member of this House, a deputy majority leader of this House will stand before the cameras and mention what he had mentioned. My friend, only 1 year down the line, these municipalities came in existed in November 2023. And that is why the committee moved with speed to visit the municipalities during their site visits. And we realized that there are gaps. And we brought a report for this House. The department also realized that there were gaps and they decided to do what we call conduct capacity building to the municipal board and included the Committee of Lands, Physical Planning and Housing and Urban Development. Why don't you wait and see what happens before the end of this year? And it is stated, Madam Speaker, some of our members just rise to debate on what they hear in the floor of the House. They don't even have time to go through these reports. Page 11 of this report has highlighted properly, clearly, what the resolutions are supposed to be undertaken. Column 1 gives us the resolution. Column 2 gives us the required input of those resolutions. And column 3 has given us time frame. When we talk about gazettement, up to what time? It's written here, 30th September. If they do not gazette or do or devolve functions by 30th September, then we will be on their neck. And on the last column, it is we have been also given who is mandated to undertake the resolution. It's a very good report. Anybody who is opposing this report, I don't know, but anybody opposing this report, Madam Speaker, she will sit down and go through this report from page 1 to the last page, not only picking one thing and run away with. Madam Speaker, this is a report that I believe and I know that if followed to the latter, our municipalities will be up and running for service delivery for the people of Kisumu County to be achieved. Madam Speaker, there is no wrong that has been done to the municipalities. The fact that there were some small gaps here and there is not a wrong. And that is what the committee is up to task to rectify. Madam Speaker, I want to thank all the members who supported this report, and I also want to thank dissenting opinion because he did it from a point of no information. I beg to reply. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, a motion of adoption of a report by Lands, Housing, Physical Planning, Urban Development on the induction of the committee and the municipal boards has been moved, seconded, and debated upon. It is now my obligation to put a question of adoption that may, as many are of the opinion that the report be adopted, say aye. May, as many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. And the report of Lands, Housing, Physical Planning and Urban Development Committee on the induction of the committees and municipal boards stands adopted today, Wednesday, 24th September 2025 at 15:29 hours. And the report, together with the answered, be forwarded, one to the Department of Finance, Department of Lands, and the Implementation Committee to make sure that the resolutions therein are implemented. Next order.
Madam Speaker and honorable members, there is no AOB in the order paper.
Honorable members, there being no other business, the House stands adjourned until tomorrow, 25th September 2025 at 2:30 p.m.